be right back.
Shadows crawl on the sidewalk cracks. City hums, but it don't give back. What's left to lose? What's left to prove? Hands in my pockets, nothing to move. Super Dave, pretty far, yeah, we're alive. Groove and move and let it ride. It's all good, it's all fun. Love burns hotter than the wire. Love burns hotter than the wire.
Amen.
Neon flickers on a sleepless street. Broken bottles where the lost souls meet. Don't talk too loud. Don't dream too high. The moon's just a whisper in a blood red sky. Super Dave,
what's going on? Super Dave is live. Video, I'm saying. Okay, what's up, y'all? Thank y'all. Good evening.
Hotter than the wire.
Hello, Miss K. Wayne the Pain, what's going on, man?
That's the edge where the stars don't shine.
Thank you very much, y'all. Good evening.
Lost in the rhythm of the ticking time.
Listen my volume. Got to see this one.
Chasing love, chasing life, chasing the fire. Super Daddy,
we're alive, y'all. Move and groove and let it ride.
It's all good, it's all fun. Love burns hotter than the wire. Love burns hotter than the wire.
Can y'all hear me? Please gently smash it. Hit it up with all you got. I'm not going to be live long. I wanted to cover a few tracks I've made. Can y'all hear me? What's going on? Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Man, what's going on? Thank you very much. I got some answers now. Thank y'all. Laura K, Wayne the Pain, thank you. Hello, Susanna. Red Bull Princess, how you doing, ma'am? Good to see you, too. It really is, y'all. What's going on? Have y'all had enough winning? What? Are we winning or losing, y'all? You never know what's really going on. I'm like, man, are we winning or losing? Because we're going to get enough winning that we just can't take it no more. Stop winning so much. For real, y'all. Ain't that crazy? Trump, a lot of things going on with Trump. For real, y'all. Mr. T recently said Iran. Let me see that. I got to get my ducks in a row, y'all. Mr. T recently said Iran was sending us a gift. Several loaded. Did he really? I've been looking all last 2 nights for information concerning these oil tankers. I didn't know if I wanted to talk about that yet or not, but yeah, let me look at what I got here real quick, because I know we're on your time now. We're on everybody's time in here. like, man, StreamYard don't work with me no more. They really like bunch everything up. But yeah, we're just winning so much. I'm like, man, are we going to win this war or are we going to lose? Is it really a war even going on? Hello, Susanna, Watchman. Yeah, appreciate it. Nez Lover. Good evening, Nez Lover. Good evening, everybody. You shared me out. Thank you very much. That means so much to me. Thank you. That means a lot. That means the world. If I could just get a lot of people I know. Super Dave's like a little different over here. It's kind of hard to share me out every time, y'all. We're winning. We're selling out all our reserves. Are we, the Watchmen? I was like, I had a video. There was this guy explaining, if you think they're coming for oil, maybe half of them. They're coming for jet fuel and diesel fuel also. Is at least what I'm being told. That was 3 weeks ago, but he said it. Yeah. Well, I appreciate it. I've been looking all over the web for information concerning these ships. And my video the other day, as you know, I illustrated how it's hard to find information on these ships that are coming this way from the Middle East. Hello, the Bud Files. Good to see you. India oil tanker took a hit. I've seen that. Yeah, different ones. Lebanon, ceasefire, bombing. All these things was like still happening. Like, really? Yeah, Trump, he even put out a tweet on Truth Social. I don't know if you know about this, Daniel. Let me go to this first if I can. Just saying, y'all. I got to find my stuff, though, y'all. Yeah, because 121 ships are coming in. Supposedly. They tell us anything, y'all. All right, yeah, Donald Trump. I've been looking for video where Donald Trump was even saying this. I don't even know why I don't. But he tweeted this and want to, if I can just get it all right, you know. Because I'm on your time, for real, y'all. Who else is here? Let me check. Nez Lover and Wayne the Pain still here. Don't be look, y'all. If I get stage shock tonight because I've been like studying this information and I've been anxious about the information. I want to share information, but I kind of do my homework on this stuff too. But I want to make sure we're still winning. If I can just get some of this out of the way. Give me a second, y'all. Anyone sick of winning yet? Let's play it.
Can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more. We're going to win so much. You may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more. We're going to win so much. You may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much.
Can you take it anymore? There's so much winning going on. At least I got to the point there, y'all. Hello, Buckeye Jim. Good to see you. Thank you very much, everyone. At least we got Buckeye Jim in the house. And I really appreciate you coming in. The video link I posted explains a lot about him. Yeah, well, I understand that I was going to go there in a way. If you think he's the Antichrist, maybe you need to think again, because who really knows at this point, you know? Because there's so much winning going on, you know. crazy, y'all. That's why I did a video the other day. Let's get to the point because I wanted Daniel to see this before he leaves. Are you still here, Daniel? Appreciate you coming in because you talk about this kind of stuff too. You sure do. Because Trump apparently in Truth Social, he uses this Truth Social the way he used to use X. Are you still here? Appreciate you being here. Hello, Daryl. Miss K, thank you. Winnie was in that TV show. You think so? Hello, Joy. Joy. I am here, my brother. Thank you, because I wanted to point this out. I know I could have texted it to you, but it's right here. Enough is enough. And y'all know the playing card with the Illuminati that was created back in what? 90s, 94, 93, 92. Around that section of time, y'all. He put it dead in Truth Social. Enough is enough. Down at the bottom. Let's read a little bit in case y'all didn't know, because enough is enough. I've been looking for the video where he put this, you know, where he may have said this. I'm like, where is it? And it's not there. It's in Truth Social. USA will get all nuclear dust created by our great B-2 bombers. No money will exchange hands in any way, shape, or form. This deal is no way subject to Lebanon either, but the U.S. will separately work with Lebanon and deal with the Hezbollah situation in an appropriate manner. Israel will not be bombing Lebanon any longer. According to Israel, they're still bombing Lebanon, right? And I've been saying this in the past, that Trump will turn against Israel. I just feel like he will. I don't know, y'all. If he was the Antichrist. Just saying, you know, just my opinion. Israel will not be bombing Lebanon any longer. They are prohibited from doing so by the USA. Enough is enough. Thank you, President DJT. And here's the old Illuminati card right here. Enough is enough. Just to back up what I'm saying, because a lot of channels like Daniel, Logic Before Authority, been studying this stuff long before I even came up here on stage, y'all. Because enough is enough now. Enough for what? Israel bombing Lebanon? Yeah, at any time, you're not supposed to use this card. This is like one of the last cards, y'all. At any time, at any place, our snipers can drop you. Have a nice day. Play this card on your own turn. Before drawing any plots, you may remove all zap, paralysis, or attribute freeze cards that are affecting your power structure. However, preoccupied with your house cleaning, you may draw no plots this turn. Because enough is enough, and Donald Trump apparently put it in Truth Social. The time is here. I'm like, man, I've been waiting for years for him to say enough is enough. Really, according to a lot of channels I've been watching and stuff over the years, y'all. Who else came in? It's kind of like amazing. We're here at this time because enough is enough. What do you think about it, Daniel? I wanted to clarify a little bit of other things too as I go along. Duttons, how you doing? Heck yeah, the Illuminati card deck, that the NWO edition, it has the most connection to recent events. Crazy. Enough is enough indeed. I see it, Daniel. Appreciate it, y'all. Thank y'all. Because I learn a lot from you all, and I learn a lot from also from my own research and things. And just because I wonder about something, I don't try to put it in your head as fear porn or anything else. This is the way I think. You know, I'm like, man, I got on the train a little late, but I'm here, you know, trying to figure this stuff out too as we go along. And you never really know, because you're not going to see this stuff until it's actually put out there. And they've been right all along. You know, a lot of people talking about enough is enough and Trump and in these last days and everything, y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and take that down. Let me get back to the StreamYard. Yeah, StreamYard has been acting up for me. It blinks every now and then. I was even looking at information last night and yesterday and just trying to dig up information on these 121 ships coming. I did find a warning from Iran here recently. I did. I wanted to let y'all know. Hello, Midnight Rocker. The Watchman, good to see y'all. 7 days of Trump makes 1 week. All of us, I am edified by brothers and sisters in Christ. Yeah, you can't let this world bring you down, y'all. It tries to bring me down, but I won't let it. The good Lord's power is above all power of this world, you know? Hello, Derby Jack. How you doing, sir? Blessings. Got new songs out. You all need to hear for your re-edification. I appreciate it, Derby Jack. Good to see you, sir. I was watching you again the other day. I really was. The Watchman is weird because I'm subscribed to your channel, but it doesn't show up in my prescriptions. All righty. Well, thank you. I appreciate it, Miss Kay. Does the Watchman even put information out, you know? I don't even know, y'all. I've subscribed to a lot of channels, and a lot of channels don't even put information out. But I want to prove my point here in a minute. He has shorts. How about that? Yeah, he does. I'm subscribed to all, but every now, that's the way I started my YouTube channel. Just putting something out there every now and then out of curiosity. And it wasn't on subject or anything like that. It would be just something out of the sky or whatever, you know. Random, like Donald Trump even talking. And I have where they put humanoid reptile, where I recorded years ago off of Fox News. For real, y'all. I'm like, man, that's stunned. I found it recently too, but I don't have it handy. You know how they do? They put them little banners like contrails or something like that. But yeah, thank y'all. Appreciate it. Good evening. Good morning to you. I want to refresh y'all's memory here momentarily. Please do not get bored because I'm going to reiterate on everything I show you. And I'm going to go to the top, right at the top of it. Because if you have things to do, I get it. Yeah, I get it, y'all. About these 121 ships. I'm running slow. I don't get it. It says I'm running wide open. But it's okay. The signal is strong. We're here. Everybody's here. The family's here. Nez Lover's here. Everybody's here. For real, y'all. Thank y'all. Good evening. Share the stream, y'all. Because this guy, he talked about the Medes, which are the Iranians. You know, a lot of people refer to them as the Persians these days. This guy gives some Bible scripture. I looked some of it up. Daniel, he did a video on it too. He looked it up and confirmed what this guy was saying. I was like, man, about these 121 ships, you know? Listen to him, y'all. If you hadn't heard this, you want to hear it.
On TikTok, you know, rumor is that there's 121.
They don't want me to play it again.
Doors are open.
I've been having a time.
Shalom, TikTok. You know,
I've been having a time with this. All right, let me try to go back one more time, y'all. Soldiers riding oil tankers.
Shalom, TikTok. You know, rumor is that there's 121 empty tankers coming from the Middle East to America. I find that very interesting, folks. You know, I've read a lot of Bible verses that talk about this great army that's coming to Babylon. And I always wondered, well, how would they get here? How would they cross the ocean? This great, vast army. Empty, you say. Well, I sure hope they wouldn't lie to us and put weapons and soldiers on these empty cargo ship. You know, they say in an emergency, a standard modern super tanker is typically equipped to evacuate and support only its regular crew, which usually numbers between 25 and 30 people. Now, here's where I want you to focus in and pay close attention. While a tanker's massive hull could theoretically hold thousands if it were modified, it's actually life-saving equipment such as lifeboats and life rafts. It is strictly scaled to authorized crew capacity. I wonder how many Iranian soldiers that a super tanker could hold. What about 121 of them? The invasion and fall of Babylon are primarily prophesied in Jeremiah 50 and 51 and Isaiah 13 and 47, predicting a judgment where a coalition of nations from the north, Medes and Persians, did y'all know that them Iranians over there are the Medes, destroys the city. Key verses highlight its sudden collapse, Jeremiah 51:8, and the city becoming a desolate ruin, Jeremiah 50 and 13, and the command for Yahuwah's people to flee to avoid destruction. And then it says here, key Bible verses on the invasion of Babylon. Jeremiah 59 says, "For look, I'm going to stir up and bring Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country. They will draw up battle lines, and from there she will be captured." Babylon, that is, folks. Good old America.
Good old America. I kind of been thinking and figuring about these old tankers that are coming. Actually, half of them to get diesel fuel and jet fuel is what we're told. I had a video about it. I was lost in my searching. I didn't save it. How many people could one ship hold? And a lot of these ships are even bigger than the last ship, let's say. I don't know, 10, 15,000 people. On the largest ship, maybe 10,000. You figure that up 121 times. You figure up the largest ones, maybe 15,000. I know these rides would be uncomfortable, but if an army was actually coming, and I'm not saying it is, I have no way of knowing and proving this, but information, makes you wonder. Because they're steadily telling us UFOs, ceasefire, bombs, all these other things, these Lego videos, all these distractions. Enough is enough. And it just goes on and on, distraction after distraction. They would be distracting us, apparently, from even something like this. You can't really find any information. Up to 2 million, the way I figured. I've done a little math and everything, y'all. 121 ships would take up to 2 weeks to get here. Probably. It's been 7 or 8 days since this was put out there. It's in my last video. I'm still just talking, y'all. I'm sorry. Let me play the video.
Jeremiah 51:11, for his purpose is to destroy Babylon. For Yahuwah has stirred up the king of the Medes, the Iranians, because Yahuwah, is to destroy America. Jeremiah 51:8, Babylon will suddenly fall in about an hour, the Bible says, and be
Can't even enlarge the screen.
Shalom, TikTok.
That pretty
You
much.
know, rumor
explains
is
it.
that there's
Let me try to see
100
if I can catch up where I left off.
key details and prophecies. The attackers. Yahuwah calls an assembly of great nations from the north, probably China and Russia and Iran. Jeremiah 59 specifically identifying the Medes, the Iranians. Jeremiah 51:11 to attack America. Sleeper cells. The reason, judgment for destroying Jerusalem, arrogance against Yahuwah, and over cruelty during the exile. I'd say them old sleeper cells will kind of set the stage for the rest of them when they get here. They'll kind of get everything in place, have everything set up so that the thousands and thousands that's coming in on the ships, they'll know what to do when they get here. The sleeper cells are kind of the ringleaders, we'll say. But y'all get ready, you Babylonians. Y'all are in for a hell of a fight. Shalom.
Shalom. Let me go ahead and say I'm watching videos out there, people saying God's army needs to get ready and not even giving a description of why. America needs to get ready. If you watch a lot of videos and information like I do, you'd see what I'm talking about. That, you know, people feel like something big is coming. Get your army ready. I could show you a video. I don't want to promote the channel, just saying. But I wanted to give a rebuttal on this information. I wanted to show you something that may be connected, that may not be. And somebody in my family is like, Super Dave, are you even on the right track? And putting me down. And like, you know, is the Bible matching this? And everything. I mean, everything's not always perfect match. I get it. And I'm not trying to put in anybody's fear, anything or nothing like that. No fear porn. Texas, Louisiana is where these ships would be arriving. This is a warning message to President Trump and the American people. This is an Iranian lawyer. Apparently, it could be AI or whatever. A lot of videos are showing up to be AI. But I'm kind of taking it at face value, and I want to play it and kind of prove my point, because what the guy is saying, according to his warning, could it be these oil ships?
This is a warning message to President of the Hearts, Donald J. Trump, as well as the next generation of American people. I'm speaking to you as an Iranian lawyer in exile who has lived half of his life under the Islamic Republic regime rule. So please take my comments very seriously. It means I know what I'm talking about. I don't want to remind you of how the Islamic regime brutally murdered 45,000 of its own people, as you already know it. I don't wish to remind you of how they have chanted death to America and their anti-American ideology. I'm sure you know that too. I don't wish to ask you not to negotiate any peace deal with the regime, with the remaining elements of this regime actually. But I wish to warn you of something extremely dangerous you're going to face sooner or later. This regime and its elements are anti-American by nature. No matter how cool or peaceful they might pretend to be, to escape their dismantlement and lying their way back into power during this ceasefire or even
A lot of this trickery, magic, a lot of this stuff that we're being told is exactly that. If we're doing anything against Iran, apparently they're not going to just lay on their back, like I said before, and keep taking it. Hello, Miss Honeybee. We're all supposed to be war in the oil region of the world, and all of a sudden in the United States, one of the biggest refineries is in Houston. I don't have calm. I live near Houston. These 121 ships are coming to Texas and Louisiana. CSE, thank you for coming in. Miss Honeybee, thank you. Am I missing anybody? Derby Jack? See how my number drops? People scared. I get it. Don't be anxious. Don't be scared. What does the Bible say? Fear not. How many times?
even after. They have already started chanting death to America and burning the American flags again. Do you wish to know why? Because you killed their supreme leader, their guru, their God on earth. This is just enough reason for them to come after you for revenge. Your presidential time will pass, Mr. President, and perhaps some coward American president will replace you.
And this isn't old news. This is from yesterday, April 17th. This come out. I've been looking up a lot of Iranian social media and stuff, trying to get first-hand information. Just saying, y'all. But please listen to the rest of this very carefully.
These evil people will have enough time to rebuild or buy their nuclear bomb and improve their missile range. If your next generation sees nuclear bombs raining in New York and Washington and Israel and Saudi Arabia, don't be surprised. That's how these evil people will take their revenge. And they don't care if they get that blowback. We're talking about an ideology. And by doing so, they have reached the long-term objective. Of course, this is suicidal for them. But they believe
Suicidal. Islam, the religion coming out of Iran. These people believe they're martyrs for their cause. If they had 1-2 million people on these ships coming to America, if these people wouldn't mind dying for their cause,
they will go to heaven and they will meet their 72 virgins, the destruction of Americans and Israel, and their Arab rivals will give them a path to their imaginary heaven. I believe this is now a one-way street for America. I highly recommend you to be wise enough and eliminate this regime to its core and replace it with a peaceful and modern Iran. Or be prepared to take the hit. Of course, the choice is all yours, but don't be short-sighted. The history is being written, and one day it will be too late. God bless America and the American people. God bless Iran and the Iranians. And God bless the politicians who are smart enough to save the world and their own people. Thank you for your attention.
I get it, y'all. Something like this will scare the heck out of a lot of people, you know? Super Dave, what makes you think this? Just call it, look, I was looking in on this and I'm stumbling across this information. You know, Miss Honeybee, all those weapons were created for us. It's us against them and they're stupid. What it is what I'm trying to say, y'all. America lets the guard down. We're being distracted. People's not realizing what's happening. Our fuel, our gas is going up still. It's kind of neutralized and come back down just what, 15, 20 cents? Why are we giving gas? Who proposed this anyway? This president, to give them diesel fuel and oil and jet fuel and all these things when we're already in the need of it. And I wasn't even going to go into all that. I'm just saying, you know. Whose idea was it anyway? And I don't trust our GOV. Wouldn't they allow 121 to 171 ships? They want to depopulate us, right? They want to. You look at UK, you look at France, you look at London, you look at these countries over there, the native born people over there now accounts for 25 to 40% of the population. They have allowed all these foreigners to come in, and they're people just like the people in Iran. Am I making my point yet, y'all? I mean, really. It has nothing to do with fear or anything like that. People used to tell me, Super Dave, why you want to put fear out there? I don't want to put fear out there. I want you to be awake. I want you to be away from the coast of Texas and Louisiana. If you're in South Carolina, Kentucky, like a lot of us, I'm not saying these people are going to run in and start taking over. I don't know what would happen if they even was on these ships. I don't know. Would they steal cars and head to Washington? I mean, really, I don't know. But would they be armed? You know, a lot of things we have to consider. Would they hook up with the sleeper cells and all this stuff, y'all? You know? Sleeper cells are here for a reason, and we already know that. I'm just saying, consider what I'm saying, y'all. It's a possibility. And I don't like coming out here and putting everything out on a limb, and one day, Super Dave, you was wrong again, because I've been wrong several times, y'all. But just in case of the event that could be coming, I believe our GOV is already setting us up, have set us up, have set the country up, have sold us out. Why wouldn't they do this? Think about it. Like, they already know they're not going to get everybody to take pokey dokies. You know? Everybody's not going to fall for the same old trickery. We have to do something they're not looking at, that nobody's watching. Ain't it crazy, y'all? Did I think like that? I apologize, y'all. I could just come out here and give you the NBC Nightly News, y'all, and tell you the narrative, you know. I try not to do that. I try to be out here with us, the people. We are the people, y'all. We're the people that make a difference, you know. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm not trying to be wrong. Because let me show you what's part of the plan too. I don't put nothing past them, y'all. Global control. Global control. This is not theory. This is the plan. The lust to control other human beings. Now the warning is escalating. A shift towards centralized global control. Notice the lust to control other human beings. Instead of reading all that, I'll play the video for you. The lust to control other human beings.
The lust to control other human beings is a story as old as time. There's a very strong drift in the direction of globalization, of the ultimate centralization of control in the hands of unelected officials at supranational organizations.
They want all of the resources of the world in their pocket.
The bigger picture is that an attempt is underway now to collapse liberal democracy and replace it with global technocracy.
This is a coup. They're saying we can control with rules. We don't need currency anymore.
It's like an inverted prison. You are supposedly free to roam about, but everything you want to access is behind lock and key.
The potential for social control is gigantic and potentially irreversible.
They plan to commandeer land, reduce farming, and radically change the food we eat, transform the supply of electricity, and then dictate how we use it, and replace currency with a system of credits. All three strategies are built on the premise of a climate crisis caused by carbon dioxide.
I do not think there's a climate crisis, and I base that on all the evidence and the climate data sets that we build to answer questions just like that. The government is very clear that they want a catastrophic story.
There is no single science paper that proves conclusively that
I want to show you next after this. This was a short video. Like, how could they be doing the things that they're saying in the media and everywhere else, what the narrative is telling us? I just wanted to get this out of the way because in the end, the lust that they have is to control us.
Humans control all or most of the global climate.
Europe's mad dash towards net zero is effectively economic suicide. Politicians are purposely impoverishing ordinary people, purposely deindustrializing Europe.
It's just tremendous amounts of damage in the name of saving the planet. It does make you ask, what is it we're actually saving if we're paving it over?
I think what we're dealing with here is actually a global war on agriculture.
When you look at how many farms are selling up, we're walking into food shortages.
If I can switch everybody from real food to pharma food, then 100% of the agriculture industry can go through my publicly traded stocks, and I have complete control.
This is the biggest public relations scam in the history of the world. But it's far more than that. It's a blueprint. It is the action plan.
All life on Earth is going to be radically changed.
Everything will be monitored. The environmental consequences of every human action.
The general population cannot fathom the psychopathy of the vision.
This is what your data centers, you see all them squares on everybody, and these cars, and these cameras, and this technology.
They're facing.
Once the digital ID is in place, it's game over for humanity.
Because that's what the agenda is. That's what the agenda is. Like it. Thank you. Yeah. Easy bugs and be happy. You bastards. Daryl Calhoun. I hope that ain't what makes people leave, but that ain't too bad of a word there. Beats all them F words anyway. Because, yeah, this one guy, I look at videos like this all the time. I wanted to prove to you before you leave, The Watchman, that you could be right. But I got to find the one video I'm looking for. Here we go. Mads Pasvli. This old guy, y'all seen him before talking about bugs in your food and stuff. Now he's a smart old guy, y'all. I believe he's like an old professor or something. He has these questions like, well, if they're doing this and if they're doing that, if Iran has bombed Israel for 7 weeks and over 100 missile attacks, how come Tel Aviv is still standing? How come Israel is still able is able to enter Lebanon and demolish every house. This is what they're telling us. And this guy's asking questions in village after village. The world is a stage. We all know for sure our governments is fighting a war against we the people. And I told y'all exactly that. That all this is just a war against the people. That means you and me and the people of this world. Because you go and look at Australia and the UK and London and France and these countries I'm talking about. And Canada. This is a smart old guy, y'all. How many waves of hypersonic missiles? I mean, how far, how much narrative do they tell us? Because he's just questioning everything.
How is Israel still even able to bomb Iran? The amount of missiles, what, wave 100, 102, 104, 106, what are we up to now? How many waves of hypersonic missiles are you sending over there? What are they hitting? Why is Tel Aviv still there? Why are any Israeli air bases functional? Why is any airports functional in Israel? Why is the power supply functional in Israel? How is Israel able to go and bomb Lebanon the way it's doing if you're firing all these missiles at Israel and hitting critical infrastructure? Is that what you're doing? Or are you simply firing missiles at energy infrastructure in the greater Middle East and supporting the breakdown of the Western world? And we know Israel wants to destroy the United States. Israel wants to destroy the West. They've always wanted to do that. And we've seen how sadistic they're prepared to be about it. And kind of we're sitting back here watching all this theatrics in the Middle East, thinking, well, yeah, Iran's going to take down Israel. Well, Israel's been under missile attack from Iran for, 40 days now, 42 days. Why is it still there? Why is Tel Aviv still there? How can you have any air bases operational in Israel at all? Israel's the size of New Jersey, for God's sake. Why is it still there? What's really going on here? Because it doesn't seem like Israel's suffering at all. If Israel has still got the capability to go and carpet bomb Lebanon and do what it's doing, blowing up entire villages in Lebanon, Israel goes in there and plants explosives, wipes an entire village out in one blast, which shows you that there is no resistance there. They've got time to go in and wire up an entire village to explode in one blast. I would say there's no resistance. So what happened to all the people in that village? What, did they kill them? Rape, pillage and plunder? They murder them all in their houses before they got there? Give them evacuation orders? We don't hear about any of that sort of stuff, do we? You know, this is going to go where it's going to go now. Trump is completely compromised. That's what I meant before. I was saying, I mean, he's an idiot. He didn't know he was going to get thrown out to dry. The Iranian people also, I think they had to be pushed into this. But then, you know, a lot of these 31 commanders in this Mosaic defense system seem to be targeting the wrong things. Like I said before, why does Israel still exist? Israel's the size of New Jersey. You're telling me you put over 100 waves of missiles into Tel Aviv? Why is there a building still standing? Look at Gaza. Look at Gaza. Look what Israel has done to Lebanon in 2 weeks. Why are we seeing anything standing at all in Tel Aviv? And why does Israel still have the ability to pound Iran the way it's doing and pound Lebanon the way it's doing and do what it's doing to Gaza? Why is anything still standing in Israel? I'd like that explained for me, please.
Explain that. How's there anything still standing? We're all this infrastructure, all this stuff that, you know, all these bombs, day in and day out. How's there even still a ship out there in the Strait of Hormuz? You know, it's drama and theatrics. It's a show, and there's people out there on YouTube making hundreds of thousands of dollars just talking about the narrative, you know. I'm not jealous, y'all. I'm trying to say there's people so don't even ask questions and take the word, you know, what if he just because somebody says something and it sounds right and it sounds good, I still go and do a little research about it, you know. Just because I ask a question, could people be on them ships coming to America? Could they? It doesn't mean I said they are. It doesn't. Look, a lot of this stuff we've been right about, all these theatrics and everything, y'all. I could try to confuse the algorithm. I hope I'm not confusing you by the words and videos I put in between. I do this on a systematic basis. Like, Super Dave, why did you leave that subject? Because I do it on purpose. I don't want to get shut down all, you know. Just saying, y'all. I mean, there's a reason why I do what I do. A lot of times I laugh and play music and do a lot of other things for that very same reason, you know. Just saying, y'all. Because according to Iran, they've had a doomsday weapon the whole time. If y'all think Iran is going to keep sitting there laying back, which they're playing the game. It's all a game. It's theatrics. Like, how many times they want to tell us this? Iran had a doomsday weapon all along. They want everybody scared, y'all. But let me go back. I want to find what I was talking about, The Watchmen, the show. If he's still here. Because if you believe this is quite a little bit 8-minute video, I thought he could be the Antichrist. And Daryl thinks Obama is the Antichrist. I remember that. I don't try to put words in nobody's mouth or anything like that, but let's get over here real quick, because I've seen it enough to know. They want you to think. And why do they want you to think? Well, see, some people get out here and make sense. You know? I want y'all to see what I see. And that's why I put it out there.
This is what so many Christian content creators are saying. This is what so many podcasters are saying. And this is what the media is saying. The same media, by the way, that is ran and controlled by Satan, the same media that is there to deceive you, the same media that is there to manipulate you, and the same media that is there to push a narrative. Because this is exactly what they want you to think. This is exactly what they want the world to think. And this is exactly what they want Christians to think and to push, because it is a narrative. Y'all, first, I thought we all learned that whatever the media says, it is a lie. I thought we all learned that the media, that headlines are there to manipulate you, deceive you, and to push a narrative. I thought we all learned that whatever the media says, we run the other way. But so many of you are out here pushing the exact same narrative that the media is pushing. And a lot of you need to see the bigger picture. There is a very real reason. And
I want to see the bigger picture. I want everybody to see the bigger picture. Because they want us to think maybe this is the Antichrist. And a lot of us already been saying, you know, like, he's preparing the way. A lot of people said that about Obama, that he was preparing the way.
It's very clever why they're painting him as the AC. And it is something that I've been talking about for a while, because in my personal opinion, apart from the gospel, this is the most important thing that we can expose. This is aligning, this is leading into the great deception. See, here's the thing. If the world thinks, if Christians think that he's the AC, then they'll miss the real one. Satan is the master.
You get it? If we think he is the AC, we'll miss the real one, because we're already programmed or thinking in a way to not allow room for the real AC.
Master of deception. He is the father of lies. He has been planning this for how many years? He has been planning the 7-year tribulation for thousands of years. Do you really think, honest question, that he would prop the real Antichrist up on the world stage for years and have him exposed as the Antichrist by the media, nonetheless, before the tribulation even starts? Oh, but Ashley, he checks so many boxes. Oh, but Ashley, he fulfills so many prophecies. Oh, but Ashley, did you see all those awards that he got from a nation over in the Middle East? Yes, I did. And I see the exact same thing. And I used to believe that he was a very viable candidate myself until the Lord gave me eyes to see and he showed me the bigger picture. I sought the Lord specifically on this topic. And I said, Lord, I just had a real conversation. And I said, Lord, this is what a lot of us are seeing. This is what I see. I see him as a viable candidate. Show me the truth. Show me the bigger picture, because even in that moment, I knew I was missing something. I knew that Satan was more clever than this. I knew that he wasn't going to prop this person up on the world stage and have so many of us see him as the Antichrist before the tribulation even started. And the Lord gave me eyes to see, y'all. He showed me the bigger picture. And this is the deception that I have been continually talking about, because so few other people see it. That everything that we see right now, the system that we see, the people that we see, it is a decoy. It is Babylon. It is about to get torn down, because the AC comes in and saves the day, y'all. If the world props up, if the media props up, if a certain man aligns with so many prophecies and checks so many boxes, and the world thinks, Christians think that he's the AC, they will miss the real one. We are about to enter into the most deceptive period of time in the history of mankind. Satan, the master of deception, the father of lies, is not going to prop the literal Antichrist up and have him exposed before this period of time even starts. Again, I get it. He blasphemes God. He's a deceiver. He's a liar. He checks so many boxes. I get it, but that's the exact point. He is playing a decoy. The system that we see is a decoy, because people don't understand the deception that is coming. They don't understand that the Antichrist will tear all of this down. He will expose evil. He will be seen as a god. He will be seen as a deity. He will be seen as an otherworldly entity that literally steps in and saves the day. He will be the world's liberator, the world's pagan savior. They won't see him as the AC. They will see him as a god, as somebody who steps in to save humanity. The Bible tells us that the Antichrist can't even be revealed until the restrainer is removed. It also tells us that the coming of the Antichrist will be in accordance with how Satan works, with signs and wonders. It won't be some old guy on a political stage that's been there for years. It will be supernatural, because he will be seen as a god. This world is about to get a lot more supernatural than people are understanding. They're not understanding exactly what is coming. They think the tribulation is just going to be, some lockdown, some martial law, and some drones. It is going to be supernatural. This world is about to go back to the days of Noah. Hell is about to open up. And this is the brilliance, the cleverness of Satan that some of y'all are missing. He has had thousands of years to plan this period of time. It is the most deceptive period of time ever. So deceptive, in fact, that if possible, even the very elect will be deceived. Some of y'all are promoting a narrative that Jesus warned about. This is what he warned about, that if possible, even the very elect will be deceived. Because it's not the obvious evil. The Antichrist doesn't come out of the gate as the obviously evil entity. He doesn't come out of the gate blaspheming God. That happens later. He comes out and saves the day. He is the one, he's Mr. Fix-It. The chaos being established, the foundation being laid right now is setting the stage for the AC. Now, this is just food for thought, something that I've been thinking about lately, something that could play into what we're seeing right now. But nowhere in the Bible does it actually say that the Antichrist will build the third temple. It says that he will sit in it and declare himself to be God. Also, nowhere in the Bible does it say that he will initiate sacrifices and offerings at the third temple. It says actually that he will put a stop to sacrifices and offerings. And this is all assumed from the Daniel 9:27 verse that he will confirm a covenant with many. It is assumed and it is pushed by a lot of pastors that he will push a peace deal, right? We've all heard it. He'll push sign a peace deal with Israel that will eventually lead to the building of the third temple and the resuming of sacrifices. But it doesn't actually say that. That's assumed. It says that he will put a stop to the sacrifices and offerings. And I've been wondering if this assumption is a narrative that is being pushed on purpose to lead people into believing this decoy, T, is the AC. Because what if he comes in and builds that third temple? And what if he resumes sacrifices? Because you and I both know that he is AJ. the world will think that he's the AC. And when the real AC steps in and tears that entire system down, the world won't think that he's the AC. And that timeline of the end times, they will think will have been torn down. And it is no longer the end times. And this Savior took down evil, not realizing that that is the real man of sin. Again, that's just food for thought. I've just been wondering if all of this has been in play for a very long time, even the twisting of scriptures from pastors, the assumptions that are made about what the AC will actually do when scripture actually says that he'll come in and put a stop to the sacrifices. And I'm just wondering, with this alliance that...
Hello, Ellie, Creek Mary, Dr. Evals, good to see y'all. Thank y'all. Food for thought. They want us to think a certain way. Let me say, I somewhat agree with Paige here. Isn't that her name? Yeah, that they want us looking in the direction that they point us in. Everything seems to look pretty obvious. This could be him. But if we think outside the box, we're being deceived on every level, y'all.
We see with T and that certain nation, I'm just wondering if that's something that's going to come soon. Because this narrative, this new narrative that he's the AC, is being pushed everywhere. And it's being pushed by the media. And we should all know by now that we do not align ourselves with the media that is there being ran and controlled by Satan. It is there to push a narrative. There is a reason why they want you to think that he's the AC. So the world will miss the real one.
Audrey Hayes, yeah. What made me think Paige? See, I believe Trump is the Antichrist. Do they want us to believe he's the Antichrist? I got a few more screens to put up. We talked about 121 ships coming. They want us to be deceived. Whether they're full of army fighting men from the Middle East or not, I don't know. But on every level, we are being deceived, y'all. Even in these wars and everything. You know, the next shot, the ceasefire, peace agreements. And they're still shooting and everything. All the way back. I could sit here and just name stuff all night, y'all. President Trump activates the first phase of Project Bluebeam for the public by announcing he will immediately release files on the existence of alien life. Here we go with another deception. One of the biggest deceptions of our time will be implemented.
As you remember, I recently directed the Secretary of War. How good is Pete Hegseth doing, by the way? To begin releasing government files relating to UFOs and unexplained aerial phenomena. And I figured this was a good crowd because I know you people, you're really into that. I don't know if I am.
Look where he put this, Turning Point Action. The other day, somebody sent me something from Turning Point. I don't watch it. I'm sorry. Turning Point, Christians. I don't mind if you're a God-believing Christian. The Bible mentions Christians, and the way I see it, you can be a true Christian. You don't even have to have a religion. Turning Point is not there for our religious values or anything. Charlie Kirk was a deception. I said it. Everything coming out of these people are a deception. Let me keep going because I got to go too. Sorry, Wayne the Pain. I appreciate you coming through and hitting the thumbs up, though. Thank you. Here's another warning from, and this is like April 11th. Yeah, warning from the Iranian Guard. We will crush the infrastructure of Washington and its partners, depriving America and its allies of the region's oil and gas for years. The damage will exceed all expectations. I don't even want to play that video. I done got nerve-wracked already. Let me keep going. I don't ask for anyone's agreement or anything. I don't use numbers. I don't care about the 666 except for when it comes for the mark of the beast and everything else. All these numbers out here, and a lot of people, they just figured out numbers left and right. April 17th, April 18th, April the 4th, President Trump's birthday, blah, blah, blah. But they never come out with a moral to the story. You know, decoding, I get it. It works. But what is the meaning of the story? You can have 1 minus 0 equal 1. I get it. But what is the moral to the story, y'all?
Why can anyone come and open a bank account? If Treasury,
I don't think this is what I wanted. Yeah, I'm about to the end of it, y'all. Let me check one more time here. What do we have? This guy here, he admits, and he's a senator. I don't think he knew he was being recorded. He admits that the moon landing is a hoax. Pretty much. You heard it. FISA is delayed, and Tim Burchett states, you know they filmed all that stuff in a Hollywood studio. We really didn't go to the moon. 1 minute.
Hey everybody, Tim Burchett, late night. Just getting out, see the crowd. Hey everybody. Voted down the rule on FISA, which is the secret courts.
It was like dark black out here.
We tried to negotiate a 6-week, which I was a little leery of. And then the dadgum bill comes out, and it's a 3-year bill. So anyway, it didn't go. So we, as they say, voted down the rule. And there's little Lauren Boebert. Hey, Lauren.
Hi,
Say hey,
Bertie.
everybody.
And then they go, you get a random traffic stop.
And then
It's Bertie.
anyway,
Bertie.
it's late.
Bertie's
Hey guys,
Bertie's
it's
like-
Burchett. Everybody say hey. NASA. Hey man, you know they film all that stuff in a Hollywood studio. We really didn't go to the moon. Anyway, folks, I'm tired, so we'll be back next week figuring it out. Thank y'all for sitting here.
I don't know if he was on a Zoom meeting or what. I don't know. I guess he was on the phone with some people reporting whatever. I don't know about his voting and meeting and everything else. Tim Burchett said we didn't go to the moon, y'all, and I don't think they just circled the moon. Jab Neil, thank y'all for coming in. Thank you, everyone. Hour and 8 minutes. It's been pretty awesome. If you didn't catch the beginning of the stream, there's a warning from an Iranian lawyer about America, that they will, in due time, you'll figure it out if you watch it. But anyway, y'all, and by peace, he shall destroy many. Even you believe he's the Antichrist. Watchman Zed's dead. 888 from Pulp Fiction recently, and rest in peace. And I thought that immediately when he made that comment, Dr. Evels, my bank account is a hoax. Mine is too. Mike Smith, I never knew what Charlie Kirk was until the stage event was part of it. Yeah, until I sit there, I know, I am convinced 100%. Charlie Kirk at the end right there under that tent. Because I put that thing in slow motion, and it's something I don't sit here and keep talking about. Because once I'm convinced of something, I don't have to keep talking about it, you know? Once I know that was a hoax and everything, because the blood, it didn't even soak in or anything. It's pretty obvious. And we looked up this gadget off of Google, you know, this squirter thing. You know what I'm talking about, y'all. These actors, old Western cowboy shows and everything, they used to use them. That thing goes way back. It's central casting, y'all. It's all an act. Everything coming out of the political system is an act. And I know and I'm convinced of it. I didn't see it 2 years ago. I didn't see it with my own eyes. I was like, man, I'm watching something, you know. What are they voting for? You know, these things. I was like, well, I'll go and hopefully pull for somebody to win, you know, this political system and all that. The first time I ever voted, y'all, was 2016. I voted one time. And I voted for the man that's in power. I'm guilty of it, okay? But when it came back around in 2024, I already had all, I was like, man, you gave me time to figure it out. I was like, what's the point? You fighting monsters. I hope not, y'all. I am. Don't pray for me. For real. These monsters don't want me to say the truth. I'm monsters are real. They can't find up, y'all. Not saying the truth. Gonna have monsters. Don't want you to steal. So that monster is real, y'all. And I fight every day. Prayer. Words of mouth. Thank y'all for that thumbs up, y'all. I'm monsters are real.